Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Good Goal or Bad Defending FA Cup Edition, Man United versus Man City. Now, I want you to see this first goal. I think it's a record time scored in, fastest goal scored in FA Cup history. But I want you to have a little look at the picture here, and you can see what I'm seeing. So they're knocking a long ball forward over to this area here where they've got numbers up. Okay, fine. But that's the key is what I want to see the two Man United midfielders. And I watched a lot of this game and I thought they were awful all day, to be honest. And I'm talking about Fred and Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen lost the ball so many times in midfield just because he can't run. He's not good enough to play in a Man United shirt ever. So, yeah, they need to get rid of him as fast as possible. And you can see why from this first goal right here. Let's just move it on a second. Bosch, as it goes, we play it in. All of a sudden, this is happening right here. So you've got Christian Eriksen. He's kind of in no man's land, right? That's fine. And here's the first contested header. But it looks okay because they're both marking there, but there's a problem and there's a problem there. All right? So that's what we want to look at. Because remember, these are centre midfielders. So look at what they're going to do as we move forward. Let's have a little look. We'll ping it on. Bosch. There goes drop. Right, so here's my other problem here. Fred, you've got a ball coming in here, and he makes no attempt to challenge for this ball right here. Okay? Absolutely none whatsoever. And, of course, the other problem is you've got Christian Eriksen. He's kind of run this way. Now he's kind of running this way. Now, people are going to say, oh, it's his fault for not marking this play here. Yeah, 100%. I kind of agree. After the fact. During the plays happening, it's not really Christian Eriksen's fault. The only thing that can be done here is the challenge here from Fred. Christian Eriksen is running over here to stop... Because if you know anything about Man City and the way that they play, he's trying to stop the pass backing into here, trying to stop this. He's completely forgotten about this player over here. He's completely ignored the guy in the middle of the field, and off we go. Let's move it forward. Bosch. Do you see Fred hasn't done anything? He hasn't moved, didn't challenge for the ball, didn't go with the guy at all, just to put him off, to make it more awkward. Now all of a sudden the ball's dropping. Christian Eriksen, what's he done? He's run from about here to about here to about here and still hasn't done anything yet. And still hasn't noticed that player there. And he hasn't noticed that player either. So here's the other problem. If I'm coaching this back four, if my right back is that far out of position, look at that gap. Look how big that difference is there. Everyone's blaming this guy and this guy here. Yeah, 100% correct. But look how far one bazooka is out of position, right? The ball is over here. You need your back four tight. So you really want, if your centre back's gone, I don't want him going past that post, but let's say he has. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me what's wrong with that shape, boys. There you go. There's the gap. There's the big mistake. Look at one bazooka. Everybody else will be blaming these people over here, but you're looking at one bazooka. The guy can't play football. Genuinely, he can't play football. He can run a bit, he can kick a bit, but as soon as he needs to tuck in, because the centre-backs, both of them have been pulled out of shape here, he doesn't have a clue. He needs to be right in here, covering for those guys, because they've all been pulled out of shape in the first minute of the play, and he hasn't even noticed it. He's over here, I don't know, having a picnic, doing whatever he's doing, but he shouldn't be wearing a Man United shirt, I'll tell you that. Let's move it on. Let's have a little watch of this. Bosh, in we go. One bazooka's now moving into position. Would he have stopped it? Man, maybe. I don't know. He's got a bit of pace. He might have got there when that ball broke. Because he is pretty quick. He could have put him under pressure, but he didn't. The whole shape was a mess. Straight away, you can see, look, we'll do them again. We'll go 1, left back, centre back, right back. Look at the gap. Massive. Not good enough. We're not going to do the penalty because if you're a Man United fan, it's a clear penalty. If you're everybody else on the world, it's not. So there's no point discussing those, in my opinion. Everyone has already got their opinion made up about them, so there's no point talking about them. But I am going to do the next goal, and it's interesting because it goes into one of the points that I always talk about. Let's get on to that. So every time I do an analysis, my 20 plus years of coaching experience teaches me one thing. If you are stood anywhere in this space here, you will score goals and you will defend the ball, right? No one is stood there except for Gundogan right there. Nobody, right? You watch how many times people score goals because no one is defending this little area here, or someone is defending it and they're the one that clears the ball away. That's what ends up happening here. They're all, looking at Haaland and they're all like fighting for positions over here. But no one is doing the basics. I want my striker stood right there. So if he can nick the ball, he's gone. That's where I want it. If somebody was doing that job or I'm coaching this team, there's no way he's scoring that goal because I've got a player right there stopping him. And also, it's not really a good clean strike, but the keeper was absolutely useless. People will say, oh, yeah, but he didn't have a good clean look at it. He's a goalkeeper. He never has a good clean look at it. He's world class for a reason, and this time he's completely and utterly not. So it's a bad strike. Bosch. bang, scuffs it, and it goes in. Look at how much time he's still got to react. He can still get down and get there. The ball's only here. He's already moving. It's not really hit very well. It's bounced up over Casemiro's knee here, and it's going into that bottom corner. Bosh, off it goes, skips in, and it's in the back of the net. David just had to move his foot, and he would have got that ball on his dive. Didn't. Overall, not a very entertaining cup final. I could break down more analysis of. I'm going to start at the beginning of the season after I watched United play a bit more, but they're doing exactly what they were doing in the season when they were playing a high line up front with 4 players, catching people off mistakes because their quality is their 4 up front, and battering people doing that. And they're trying to do that against Man City. Man City just kept the ball really after scoring an early goal. Didn't really have to get out of second gear. But I'll see you next time on Good Goal or Bad Defending.